अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। क़ाल अल्लाहु तबारक व तआला फ़िल कलामिल मजीद वल फ़ुरक़ानिल हमीद फ़ौज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम इन्नल्लाहा व मलाइकतहु युस्सल्लूना अलन नबी या अय्युहल्लज़ीना आमनू सल्लु अलैहि व सल्लिमू तस्लीमा। Today I am going to talk about trials and tribulations. And before that, I want to just mention about the incidents which happened recently. And this is part of the Friday khutbah. It should be to reflect upon what is happening around us recently. So we had that incident in Regent's Park Mosque. Person tried to use a knife attack. And everybody knows about this. It's in media. And also in Germany, a person attacked and killed 6 people, 6 Muslims. Nine people. It's all hatred against Muslims and so on and so forth. So these are the things which we should realize what is happening around us. And we have to be very cautious and careful and try and protect us and all the community as much as possible. This is not the first time it happened. It happened in the Islamic history. 2 of the Khalifs, Umar bin Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, leading the prayer, Abu Lulu came from the behind and attacked him. The instrument was soaked in poison for 1 week and it has 2 edges. He attacked Umar bin Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu. 3 or 4 wounds opened his stomach and everything was bleeding. And Umar bin Khattab radiallahu ta'ala was attacked during the prayer times. Same thing happened to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Islamic history, there is 2 incidences in our history this has happened. People leading the prayer and the person comes and attacks and causes the martyrdom of these people. So this has happened in the past. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and unite us and protect all the Muslims from all sorts of evils and calamities and so on. Now today's topic is about trials and tribulations. We have been created and sent into this world. What is our purpose of creation? Why we have been sent? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, خَلَقْتُ الْإِنسَ وَالْجِنَّ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. We have created the humanity and the jinns not for any other purpose, just to be obedient and to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the only purpose of our creation. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. No other purpose. Illa means nothing else except worship. And when we are sent, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that in Surah Al-Mulk, it starts the first ayah. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وعلى كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. We have been sent in this world. Why? Just to test that how we are going to lead our lives, what good deeds we are going to do. This is our purpose of sending in this world. This world is an examination hall. It is testing ground. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is a homework for everybody now. When we go back home, read ayah number 155 and 156 of Surah Al-Baqarah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الذين صبروا قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, definitely, I am going to test you. 5 things are mentioned. من الخوف, fear. والجوع, hunger. Starvation, where we need things, we are short of things. خوف والجوع والنقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات. Loss of wealth, money, and life. Life could be your family, your relation, your friend, you know somebody. نقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات. And whatever you have earned, you gathered, your sustenance, your properties, your wealth, whatever you have planned to keep it reserved for yourself, completely lost. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to test with these things. خوف والجوع نقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. After all these tests, the people are going to observe the patience, not to complain. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing. Be patient. قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. We belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we are going to return back to Him. And this inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, we are used to just to say this word when we hear somebody has passed away. But in the Quran it says, after any calamities, anything happened to you, you lose something, you are being tried and tribulated, going through the calamities, you have to say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. This is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and again we are going to be returned back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second thing which we forget, we think that trials and tribulations is only the testing point. It is not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes tests us with trials and tribulations, and sometimes after giving us goodness, wealth, health, happiness, and so on and so forth, and He is testing with giving the wealth and happiness. This is very, very difficult part. We forget. We realize that when the calamity and evil comes, this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trial, but we forget completely. But when we have got health and wealth and goodness, facilities, fame, prosperity, this is also a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We forgot this. Our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said when he saw all the companions going through trials and tribulations, he said, I'm not worried about you going through these hardships. I'm worried when my ummah is going to be prosperous and wealthy, they are going to forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are going to realize that there is no more trials and tribulations. We are happy. We have got all the amenities of the world we need. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes tries with these goodness He has given to us. I'm going to tell you about the story which happened in Bani Israel. And this is in Sahih Bukhari, narrated by Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He said, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that in Bani Israel, 3 people were tested. An angel was sent first to a person who was suffering from leprosy. Leprosy is a skin disease and it spreads, and it is very awful. You can't go near that person. The condition is such, the smell is coming and the skin is all rotten and so on. The angel went to this person, and this person was completely aloof from the community because nobody wants to stay near him, so he has to move away from the community, stay in a separate hut. The angel came and asked, what is your most important wish in this life? And he said, look, my condition, the most important thing I wish is that my skin completely becomes normal and I look beautiful and people will like me and be friendly with me. So the angel said, okay, I'm going to make a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he rubbed his hand over the skin of this person, and this person's skin completely became normal. And he was looking very smart. Then the angel said, what is the best thing you want in this world from the prosperity point of view? Olden days there were no banks and cash and money and so on and so forth. The most important wealth of that time was animals. Whoever has got lots and lots of animals, that is the wealth for them. He said, I like the camel, I love camel. He said, okay. Then he gave a she camel And as soon as the she-camel comes, that is going to give birth and then going to be prosperous. And then he said, okay, may Allah keep you happy, and then he went away. Next, he went to a person, a young boy. He was suffering from skin condition and baldness, loss of hair. He asked the same question. He said, the most important thing for me is to clear my baldness and have lovely hairs and look very smart. And the angel did the same thing, touched the hand, and a beautiful hair grew, and he was looking very smart. He said, what is the next thing you want from the wealthy point of view? He said, I like cow. So he prayed and gave a pregnant cow to this person. Later on, he went to a third person who was blind. I'm not just telling you a story. This is in Sahih Bukhari. You can go and check it in Sahih Bukhari, narrated by Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu ta'ala. And he asked the same question to the blind man. He came and touched his hand and said, what is the most important wish you want in this world? He said, look, I can't see anything. The most important thing for me is to regain my eyesight so that I can see people. And the angel made a dua, and this person had got his eyesight back, and he was looking and see, Alhamdulillah, this is the most important thing I want to have. And he said, what from the worldly point of view, what sort of thing you want? He said, I would like to have sheep. And he made a dua and gave Eve, pregnant Eve, and then he went out. This passed over for years and years. And this person, because the barakah was there in animals, the first person, the leper had a whole valley full of camels. He was very prosperous, and once you are good looking and prosperous, everybody comes and looks at you and be friendly and spend time with you. The same thing happened to the bald person, the same thing happened to the blind person. After so many years, this angel comes to the first man. He said, I am a poor man, I lost my way and nothing is there. I want to go back to my home. Could you please give me a camel so that I can return back? And by Almighty Allah, who gave you nice skin after you were a leper, and so on. He said, excuse me, who told you I am a leper? I never was a leper. I am good looking from the beginning. I am looking very smart. And these animals, nobody gave me. This is I inherited from my fathers and grandfather and so on and so on. He said, don't you recognize me? I was the one who talked to you and gave all this. No, excuse me, I don't know who you are. Please go away, I don't want to give you anything. Then he said, okay, may Allah keep you back to the play of the initial position you were there as a leper. He went away. Same thing happened to the bald man. And he also said the same thing. I don't know you, and this is from my family inheritance, I got all this. He said the same thing. Went to the blind man and said, I am the poor person, lost my way, and I have got nothing to go back to my place. Could you give me one of the sheep so that I can ride and go back to my home? He said, by Allah, I recognize you. You were the person. As soon as I got the eyesight, I saw the first face was your face. And this is all, the wealth and the animals I have got is all because you gave me the pregnant Eve, and from there all this has to come. Don't worry, the valley is full of sheep. You are asking for one sheep, take as many sheep as you want, because I want to go and I want to thank you for what you have done. He said, I am not a poor man, I am an angel sent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you healthy and happy and have all the sheep. So this was a trial and tribulation, giving the wealth and happiness and health and so on and so forth. And the two people, they became the leper and lost all the animals. And the baldness came back to us. So this is a trial of tribulation after giving the wealth. Don't just think that the calamity and the evils are the trials and tribulations. Sometimes our wealth, our happiness, our health, and the benefits we get from this world is a trial, and we are going to be asked on the day of judgment. No feet of children of Adam is going to move from the place where they are standing till they answer 5 questions. What did you do in your life? How did you spend your youth? How did you earn your money? How did you spend your money? And how much you acted upon the knowledge you gained. So from wealth, 2 questions are going to be asked. How did you earn your wealth? From the right sources or from the haram sources? And how did you spend your money? What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided you, or you spend according to what your nafs was asking. So I'm going to finish now. There are going to be announcements.